All right, this is going to be a general learning experience for Thursday, January 21st and Friday, January 22nd, in case you missed my Zoom meetings, just to kind of give you a heads up of what we are doing today. So today you are going to get a couple different emails from me, and they will include the following. The first thing, let me share my screen with you here. The first thing you will get is a copy of The Tall Tale Davy Crockett. Now, when you're reading this, you're going to have to probably slide over. It came as a picture form, so it is all the pages of Davy Crockett. It's just copied right out of your book, so it shouldn't be anything surprising. Most of you already read the story one time, but just in case, here it is again. Now, on the other one, it's a PDF file. You can either download this and print it off, or you can just do your work on a separate piece of paper. I really don't care, whatever is easiest for you. And I want to thank everybody for being lenient and considerate that we are getting the staff our shots today. And that way we can make sure we're safer school for you guys. So when you read the story, the first thing I want you to do is this page down here, Davy Crockett. You will find any of his super abilities, any grains of truth in the reading. What's the conflict and resolution? So that's what's a problem and how do they solve the problem. Next, you're going to talk about similes and hyperboles. Find any simile or hyperbole, a metaphor, and some cause and effect. Remember, cause and effect is like that. Because he did this, this happened because of it. Because my alarm didn't go off, I was late for school. I would not have been late for school if my alarm had goes off. The one affected the other. Make sure they're actually a cause and effect of each other. Because my alarm didn't go off, I ate turkey sandwiches for dinner. That doesn't make sense. If my alarm had or had not gone off, that still could have happened or not happened. Make sure they are actually related to each other. After you do that, you will come up to this page and you will do a comparison of Davy Crockett with any of the other tall tales we've read. A similar, let's say, Davy Crockett and Pecos Bill. A similarity is they were both normal-sized men. For example, they both look, act, and talk like normal people. A difference is Pecos Bill was raised by wolves and Davy Crockett was not. Or an example is one for sure didn't have their parents helping them in their life. The other one we weren't quite sure about. For example, Davy Crockett seemed to have a normal childhood, while Pecos Bill was raised by wolves. Or let's go over to a difference between Paul Bunyan and Davy Crockett was their size. For example, Paul Bunyan towered over the treetops and Davy Crockett was a normal-sized human being. So you'll pick yours, you continue comparison on Pecos Bill and Davy Crockett, or Paul Bunyan and Davy Crockett below. Just list off some similarities and some examples of it, some differences and some examples of that. So that'll be your language arts for the day. I do want you to keep in mind that I still want you to be thinking about your tall tale planning sheet, maybe come up with a name for your tall tale character, come up with some of the problems and solutions they're going to have, maybe write down some good similes and metaphors that you're going to include in there. Next, math. We are continuing with long division and division of decimals. You guys know how to do this, but now we're switching it up a little bit for remainders. And by that, I mean, let's say I have 215, actually, let's make that 213 divided by 5. 5 doesn't go into 2, 5 goes into 21 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract, I get 1, drop down to 3. 5 goes into 13 twice. 5 times 2 is 10. 13 minus 10 is 3. I said no more remainders. So normally we go, 3/5, but now we know decimals. So we're going to put a decimal, put it straight up, add a 0. 5 goes into 36 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract, I get 0. So our answer is 42.6. So let's say we have this as a story problem. Let's say I have 213 M&Ms. I'm giving 5 M&Ms to each person. How many people can I give M&Ms to? Well, can I give M&Ms to 42 6/10 persons? That doesn't make sense. You don't have 6/10 of a person, so I can actually only give it to 42 people. So we're kind of deciding how to interpret the remainder. So by interpreting the remainder, Sorry, when I'm looking sideways, I have this on double screen. But let's take a look at some of the problems you're going to get. Let's see, Tamita is making popcorn balls. She has 18.5 ounces of syrup. The recipe says that each batch of popcorn balls needs 4 ounces. How many batches does she need? Well, 18.5 divided by 4 would give me something along the lines of, if you're doing this, 18 goes into, or 4 goes into 18 4 times, that's 16, subtract, you get 2, drop down to 5. 4 goes into 25 6 times, that's 24, subtract, I get 1. Drop down another 0. 4 goes into 10 twice, that's 8. Subtract, I get 2. Drop down another 0. Goes into 25 times. So I would have 4 in 625 thousandths batches. Does that make any sense? Ask yourself. No. She can make 4 batches. If I actually do the division, and I'm doing all this long division, and I get all the way down to here, and she can make 4.265 popcorn balls, or batches of popcorn balls, that doesn't make any sense. She can make 4 batches. There's going to be some leftover, but she can make 4 full batches. And by that, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. That one would be a round down. I'm going to get rid of the extra. There's nothing I can do with it. But let's say as a class, we were going camping, or as a school, and let's say we have 212 kids in the school, and we can fit 25 kids in each cabin. Well, if I do this division, 25 doesn't go into 2, doesn't go into 20, it goes into 212, 8 times. 8 times 25 is 200. Subtract, we get 12. Now I can start my decimals going over with zeros. 25 goes into 124 times. That's 100. Subtract, we get 20. Drop down another 0. It goes into there 8 times. Multiply, that's 200. Subtract, we get 0. But going with this, oh, it should be 0.48. Sorry about that. I need 8.48 cabins. I don't think you can rent 48 hundredths of a cabin. So we got right here, you should look at the remainder and go, I have 8 full cabins and I have 12 kids that are just left over. Well, if I only take 8 cabins, these 12 kids are sleeping outside. That's not what they signed up for. If I get 9 cabins, one of them's going to have less people in it, but everybody has a cabin. I'm going to need 9 cabins. In that case, I need to round up. So you're basically deciding when you get your answer 3.27, do I need to go down to 3 or up to 4? If I'm making friendship bracelets and I can make 3 and 27 hundredths friendship bracelets, I can make 3 friendship bracelets. I have some left over. If I'm talking about how many buses I need for a field trip, I need 3.67 buses. No, I need 4 buses. So you are just interpreting that remainder. So this is practicing a little bit of long division and how to deal with the remainder that you have left. After that, there is a simple, get back over to my shared screen, 1 second. So you're going through these. So, I mean, if I'm looking at this, I bought 4.5 or 5.5 cups of flour. She's going to store it in jars that hold 2 cups each. How many jars will she need? Well, 2, 4, and then 1.5. Am I going to leave a cup and a half of flour laying on the counter? No, she's going to need 3 jars for that. One of them won't have as much in it, but she will need 3 jars to store all of her flour. I like this one. Lucy has 11 fish in 2 aquariums. She wants to divide the fish as evenly as possible between the 2 aquariums. How many should go in each aquarium? Well, 11 divided by 2 is 5.5 or 5.5. Is each aquarium going to have 5.5 fish in it? Are we going to cut this fish like side to side or up and down? No, one will have 5, one will have 6. It's just those story problems of how do I solve that? Then you have a simple 3-read. What's this about? What are the quantities? What questions can we ask? Answer one of them. I'd read very carefully and start looking at like comparisons. Like, okay, I can buy 3 bags for $10.50. If I buy 6 bags, that's $10.50 plus $10.50, that's $21. Well, I can get 10 bags for $20. That's 4 extra bags for $1 less. This would be a better deal. So start trying to look at like how much of a deal. Like if I buy, 10 bags, or if I want to buy 10 bags, buying them one at a time from here, that's going to be over $30. This will be over $30. This will be $20. So try to see like what would be the best situation. This dividing by powers of 10 is extra if you would like to try it. It's just letting you see patterns when you're divided. If you get to it, awesome. If you do not, don't worry about it. A group, you are doing your work packet today, and tomorrow you will have a normal Zoom, or I'm sorry, a normal Seesaw. B group, you will be doing your normal Seesaw today, and you will be getting on Zoom at 9:30 with me on Friday morning. And with that, you will be doing this work packet on Friday as your work. So I hope that's all understandable. And I want to say thank you again, you guys, for letting us take this time to get some things done in our personal lives. We really appreciate it. Parents, if you're watching this, we really, really appreciate it. We know how hard this can be on you guys, but we're trying to get back to normal here. So Friday group, I will see you on the 22nd of January at 9:30 a.m. A group, if you need anything, let me know. Have a good day, guys.